Hey Paris, hi, how you doing?
Hello, I love your setup.
Thank you very much. Got a prep, interviewing you.
Oh, yeah.
Antes de los influencers y el cambio de siglo estuvo Paris Hilton, la socialité que irrumpió en la cultura popular como una tormenta. Una princesa del jet set famosa en las discotecas, que dividía opiniones y cultivaba legiones de fans mientras influenciaba la manera de ser de muchas jóvenes de la época. No pasó mucho tiempo antes de que ella cruzara fronteras hacia los mundos de la televisión, los productos comerciales y su gran pasión, la música. Esta última es la que nos lleva a conversar con ella, el estreno de su documental Infinite Icon, una memoria visual de su vida y un registro del concierto de presentación de su segundo álbum. When you first exploded onto the scene, yours was a very different breed of fame. There was no blueprint to it. It was unheard of. And of course, the prefabricated phrase in the media was, she's famous because she's famous. And then you go into all these ventures and try to prove them wrong. And you never left the spotlight. 20 years plus after, how has fame evolved for you?
It's evolved in many ways, like you just said, I was the first kind of breed of this new type of celebrity and, always very ahead of my time. And now to see that it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, that's this creator economy, and there's so many people who have been inspired by me. So that makes me extremely proud. I think the most important part about fame now for me is that I can use my platform and my voice to really make a difference in other people's lives and really do things that are impactful, that can change laws to protect children and make the world a safer place.
Something that I really loved about your documentary is that part of it when you sort of reclaimed your control over your narrative and you doubled down on what people thought of you, and you did the SNL sketch on the Bikini Bentley burger commercial. But I'm curious, when was the actual turning point for that decision? What pushed you to finally go that way and take those actions?
For a long time, I felt very misunderstood and underestimated. The people had an idea of who they thought I was, but they had no idea that there was so much more to me. After doing The Simple Life and, the first night it airing on television, it had over 13 million viewers. It's one of the biggest television shows on TV, and then started building a brand around that and my fragrances and then all my product lines. I started seeing that I could really, harness all of that into turning it into my own empire. And that's when I just started doubling down on it and just really playing into it in a lot of ways. And also just showing people that I'm not a dumb blonde. I'm just very good at pretending to be one.
I was wondering, why did you choose this format to do so? Because now we have social networks and you can do daily doses of this, but you chose to do this precisely. So what's in this format for you?
I see this as a trilogy. My first documentary was This is Paris when I released it 5 years ago. And then I went really deeper into it for my memoir. I just really wanted to show my whole life through the lens of music. Just filming it was such a fun process, and then just going back into all my archives of all of my old videos and photos and just putting all of that in. And then when I started talking with CJ Group, and they said that this film was so powerful, we want to put it in thousands of movie theaters all around the world, I was like, oh my goodness, this is a dream come true to, have me showing me living out my dreams, with my album, with my concerts, with everything that I'm doing. And now that, millions of people around the world will be able to see it in theaters, makes me really excited.
Well, you are now part of pop culture history. So what's next for you? What's the level of your dreams?
I just am so excited of everything that I've accomplished so far, and I can't wait for all the projects that I'm doing with my media company, 1111 Media, just finishing up my third album and writing a new book and having other films come out and just developing IP and product lines, all of that, and then continuing my work in DC with all of the federal work I've been doing. I've passed 15 state laws and passed 2 federal bills to protect children, and I'm going to continue on with that fight and do it on a global scale because, you know, these types of things are happening all around the world, and I want to really shine a light on the darkness. I want that to be my legacy, just that I made the world a safer, more sparkly place for children and women and people all around the world.
Well, Paris, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Have a great day. Happy holidays.